Hello everyone. Welcome to Film Summarized. Today, we are going to recap an action thriller movie released in 2025 called Havoc. Before we begin, wishing everyone a happy and great day. The movie opens with a cop named Walker recounting his troubled past, and we get to see the flashbacks of a specific incident that turned his life upside down and also destroyed his family. We clearly understand that this incident has been haunting him ever since. The scene cuts to a police chase where the cops are chasing a large truck that contains washing machines. It is a very rough chase where the truck is driven by a girl named Mia, and beside her is her boyfriend Charlie. To evade the cops, their friend Wes throws a washing machine from the back of the truck, and this causes a cop named Cortez to get seriously injured, and he is rushed to the hospital, and the thieves get to run away. On the other end, Walker buys some gifts for his daughter for Christmas, and here we get to know that his wife and daughter live apart from him, and his wife refuses to take his illegal money. We are also introduced to Officer Ellie, who is a subordinate of Walker. Mia, Charlie, and their friend Wes wait in a car near a building where a gang is waiting for them. We get to understand that the truck was not only filled with washing machines, but also with illegal substances. And the trio are now here to trade the substances with the Triad gang. Mia goes first, and Charlie goes with her. They meet with a man named Ching, and he takes them to meet his boss, Sui. Here we get to know that Mia was indebted to Sui, and hence they had to steal those substances and give them to Sui. But while the transaction was going smoothly, a van pulls over, and we see that there are 3 men in it wearing hockey masks. One of them sends a message to Ching to run away, and he obliges. What follows next is a one-sided annihilation. The 3 men had advanced weapons using which they wiped the entire gang with ease. Walker and Ellie get the news in the radio, and upon reaching there, they find the scene in disarray. Upon investigating the CCTV footage, they find the pictures of Charlie and Mia. Here we are introduced to Lawrence Beaumont, who is the mayor of the city and Charlie's father. Walker meets with Lawrence and informs him about his son's involvement with the gang and about the deal gone wrong. Lawrence asks Walker to free his son from the situation, but when Walker refuses, Lawrence threatens him that he can bring him down as he knows about his dark past. We see a flashback where Walker, Vincent, Jake, and Hayes and Cortez were executing their plans to steal illegal substances, but were caught by an undercover cop. To protect the group, Vincent shot the cop in the head. This tells us a lot about the troubled past of Walker. So Walker eventually agrees to Lawrence's proposal and decides to help Charlie so that they can be even and he can start a fresh new life. The scene cuts to Clarice, who is the mother of the dead gang boss, Sui, and she had come halfway across the world just to identify her dead son's body. She is furious with Ching, who turns out to be her younger brother. Next we see that Officer Cortez is admitted to the hospital and is recovering from his injury, and Walker meets with his wife, Angie. Angie tells him that Cortez has been talking about their secret while being semi-conscious. Walker assures her that the issue has been taken care of, and she has nothing to worry about. Next we see Mia meeting her uncle, Raul, and he promises her that he will arrange a passport for her and Charlie so that they can start a new life in another country. Walker meets with Ellie in the police station, and he gets to know that the killers were wearing hockey masks. He also gets Raul's address from Ellie. On the other end, we see that Clarice's goons attack Lawrence and kill his secretary and bodyguards. Then they connect him with Clarice via call, and she threatens him by saying that she is coming to harm his son Charlie as an act of revenge for her dead son Sui. This makes us realize that Clarice blames Charlie and his girlfriend Mia for her son's death. They then abduct him and take him to Clarice. Next we see Walker approaching Raul, and he threatens him at gunpoint and compels him to disclose all the information about Mia and Charlie. With all the information in hand, Walker confiscates the passport which he had prepared for Mia. In a shocking twist, we see Wes being caught by the Triad gang, and to save himself, he leaks out Mia and Charlie's location to Clarice in the hope of surviving the ordeal. He tells them that they will be waiting in a nightclub for their passport. The scene shifts to a nightclub, where we see Mia and Charlie waiting for Mia's uncle to receive the passport, but is approached by Walker, who hands her the passport. Seeing that her identity is disclosed, Mia tries to flee the spot but is grabbed by Walker, who demands to know where Charlie is and assures her that he is working for Lawrence, Charlie's father. But right then Vincent, Hayes, and Jake, who used to work with Walker in the past, enter the club and demand to have custody of Mia. Walker refuses, and before they get into an argument, Clarice and her gang enters the same club, and as soon as they see Mia, they recognize her as Charlie's girlfriend and open fire on her. This leads to a three-way fight, where Walker, Mia, and Charlie are on one side, Vincent, Jake, and Hayes are on the other side, and the third party consists of Clarice and her triad gang. The brutal shootout leads to the death of a lot of gang members, and Vincent and his team put up a good fight, and Walker struggles to keep Mia and Charlie safe. Jake, who was with Vincent, fights hard but eventually gets killed by one of the gang members. Mia, Walker, and Charlie manage to exit the building unharmed, but Mia identifies Vincent, Jake, and Hayes as the men who shot Sui dead. This revelation clears the story, and Walker realizes that the day when Cortez was harmed, Vincent and his team were chasing a truck full of illegal substances which were hidden inside the washing machines. This means that they will now try to kill Mia and Charlie to cut off loose ends. Walker reveals this information to Ellie and requests her to protect Cortez and make him speak the truth. But she is too late to arrive in the hospital. Ching, who was already waiting there, turns out to be an accomplice of Vincent, and as Clarice is in town, he decides to cut ties with Vincent to protect himself from the blame of Sui's death. He acts fast, and before Ellie could reach Cortez, he shoots both him and Angie. But while trying to escape from the hospital, gets caught by Ellie, who handcuffs him and cooks a plan to catch Vincent and his team red-handed. On the other end, Lawrence is begging for his son's life with Clarice, but it turns out that she has a heart of stone. She decides to track down Walker as he is the one who is hiding Charlie and Mia. Ellie blackmails Ching and makes him call Vincent and Hayes. Ching pretends to have a buyer who is willing to buy the illegal substances. When Vincent and Hayes arrive on the spot mentioned by Ching, Ellie apprehends them with a shotgun, and they understand that they have been outplayed. Walker prepares his best and loads himself up with guns and ammunition and prepares for the upcoming war. The Triad gang locates Walker and a war breaks out, with the gang on one side versus Walker on the other. He tries to protect Mia and Charlie. Walker takes down a lot of the gang members and puts up an excellent fight, but gets overwhelmed by the number of gang members and eventually passes out. This is when Clarice steps out and forces Lawrence to shoot Mia in front of Charlie so that Charlie knows the pain of losing a dear one. Lawrence hesitates, and this is when Ellie brings Vincent, Hayes, and Ching to the scene. She discloses to everyone that they are the real culprits and Vincent and his team has killed Sui and Charlie and Mia are innocent. Shocked by this revelation, Clarice questions Ching about his betrayal, and Ching expresses his wish to lead the gang and admits that Vincent had killed her son. Hearing this, Clarice breaks down. Taking advantage of this distraction, Vincent and Hayes open fire on the gang members and eliminate them one by one. Clarice and Lawrence also get killed in the crossfire. After the gang members are subdued, Vincent kills Ching for his betrayal while Ellie engages in a brutal showdown with Hayes. Being the weaker one, Ellie loses to Hayes, but Charlie shoots Hayes just in time, saving Ellie. Seeing his partner dead, Vincent decides to flee the scene, but Walker chases him. He lets Vincent know that he is not walking away from this. Vincent reminds him of their old crimes that they have committed together, but Walker replies that Vincent is the only man alive who knows his dark past. Hearing this, Vincent understands that Walker is serious and hence shoots him, but Walker turns out to be stronger and shoots Vincent multiple times till he succumbs to his wounds. Now that everything is over, and Charlie and Mia get to escape the scene before the other cops arrive. In the ending moments of the movie, we see that Walker appreciates Ellie for being an honest cop and apologizes for not treating her well. The scene ends with Walker sitting still with no movement seen in his eyes, probably dying from his wounds. Thank you for watching the video. If you have enjoyed this recap, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so that we can bring you more such film recap videos.